This is a fan production, done for entertainment purposes only. No attempt has been made to infringe or supersede any existing copyright in relation to Doctor Who, which remains the property of the British Broadcasting Corporation. This feature is made on a strict, non-profit-making basis.
All Vastra contains adult material and themes which we strongly advise is not suitable for younger listeners.
Your bag's under fold again, Jen.
Yes, I know. Ouch!
You still haven't got the hang of this, have you?
It's so bloody simple. It's really starting to piss me off.
Shh, Jen.
Maybe I'm better off downstairs.
Try not to take it to heart.
I'm hungry. I'm tired. My hands feel like they're going to fall off and...
Jen, please don't cry. Jenny, listen. I know it's hard, but you need to stop. Hold those emotions in till we finish, okay? You haven't met Mr. B yet, have you? No? I didn't think so. You lucky guy. Just be wary of him, alright? He ain't nice to us girls and... Well, he's not nice.
Speaking from experience.
Yeah, you could say that. Just be careful around him. Home time.
God, I'm tired.
Where's my boy?
Evening, girls. Damn, it's warm here tonight.
Hey Ma, good working?
As good as I can manage, son.
Still feeling queasy?
I'm alright.
Hello?
How you feeling, girl? You look flushed.
Like rubbish, to be honest. Starting to get these gross on my gums now. I'd show you, but it's not pleasant.
Can't we say something? What with all these workers getting this dodgy job?
Does it look like we can do anything about it, Jen?
The employers just turn a blind eye. Pretend it's not happening. All they care about is profit. Especially since he's come back.
Think about it, Green. I'm not too bad compared to some of the girls.
Some stop working. Factory pays them a few bob a week, and then they just stop. No one hires you.
So I'm stuck. Otherwise, I have no money.
Ma, I'm hungry.
I know, son. So am I. We'll sort you out when we get home.
Miss
Okay.
Garrity, quota, you failed to meet it again.
I'm sorry, Miss Elizabeth.
You will finish it.
But, ma'am, what about her
She
bed?
works for Bryanton May. The quota needs to be completed by everyone, and if you girls want to kick off, I'll send you straight to his office. Mrs. O'Neill,
Ma'am?
you were caught talking. No doubt you're the reason for her short production. As you completed your work, to his office with you. He will punish you accordingly.
No, Miss Elizabeth, she had nothing to do with it. There's no need to punish her. I'll stay behind. I'll do the quota. Just don't get Molly involved.
Go. All of you out now.
Come on, Charlie.
Go on, Alice. I'll be alright.
Hand on the surface now, Miss Garrity. I will not have you answer back to me in such fashion. Palm up.
No, this won't do. We need to up our quota dramatically.
Well, with people like Miss Garrity in there, you'll have trouble with that.
Or maybe they should just work harder.
Now that is completely true. Drink?
Yes. Just don't tell my father.
Well, of course.
The backlog of dipped matches to undipped is dramatic. Move more girls downstairs. Heck, put some of the kids on it too. Some of the lankier ones.
As you wish, sir.
Hear that? A step towards the future of this company.
She is meeting her quota.
The new quota I told you to set her.
I do, as I'm told, sir.
Oh, well, I know that much. Bigger bags mean more sticks ready. With more bodies downstairs and maybe an increase in hours, I reckon we could up our match production by 25%.
Well, wouldn't your father be proud?
Now, work is over. What should we do now, Miss Elizabeth?
The penny sit-up. A place off the street, away from others thinking they could use your hopelessness to their advantage. I sat there, my hands bleeding on the floor, staring ahead at the man in front of me. The room was humid, warm, the air thick. You weren't allowed to sleep through a sit-up. It was just a hall full of benches. You'd paid for the roof, not the ability to sleep. If you did nod off, someone would prod you with a stick till you woke up again. They had watchers, keeping an eye on us all. Doze off and get charged. I had no money. I hadn't eaten all day. My arms ached from the repetitive action of the cutting machine. I was so tired, but I must not fall asleep. I must not fall asleep.
Greenie? Hey, Green. You dozed off, love.
Did I? Sorry.
You'll burn with your pale skin.
I'll be alright. You don't look well, Alice. Let's go back to the centre.
No, I'm quite happy here. That sun feels amazing.
I'm going for a paddle.
It's filthy as shit, but the water just feels so nice.
Agreed.
Be alright if it wasn't for this bloody dress. Well, there's no one else here. Who cares?
Susan, you can't just strip!
I'm not stripping. Not all the way, at least. Is an undergarment acceptable, Mom?
What if someone sees you, Susan? Stop!
Why, so much cooler. Come on, the sun will do your skin some good. Take off that dress, Alice.
I shouldn't.
Who says?
Everyone.
Come on, American. Live a little.
Okay, but only 'cause I'm roasting. If anyone comes, I'm ducking under that jetty and hiding in shame.
That'll go. Oh, this water's fresh. Coming in, Greenie. Good girl. See, Alice? No argument from her taking her dress off.
Yeah, but she's from the circus. What do you expect?
Hey! Can you swim?
Swim? Nah, I didn't learn anything as fancy as swimming. To the hip only for me.
Shame.
Where did she go? Don't threaten. She's just showing off. It's in her nature.
Susan? Behind you?
Do you really think I'm falling for?
Got ya!
Hey, get off me, you rascal! Bloody greens, get off!
No!
You're soaking wet.
I'm just cooling you down.
You remember my other profession, right? I could pin you to the floor in seconds.
Try me.
See? Pinned ya.
No one doubted you couldn't, Susan.
Like to be on top, do you, Susan?
Hey, none of that. I'm off home to dry. I've got a client to deal with.
You're a tease, you are.
Jealous.
I could sit here all day.
Thank God for Sundays.
Well, we best love him while we can. The way Mr. B is, he'll have us slaving away Sundays too, soon.
I'm going back in. You joining?
Sure, I have a paddle. It's too damn warm. This water's cooling, though.
Come in a bit more. Just getting your feet won't cool you down.
I can't swim like you, circus girl.
Oi, enough of that. Come on. I won't let go of your hand. You'll be safe.
All right. But if I drown, I'm haunting you for the rest of your life.
Phossy jaw was a disease affecting those that work with white phosphorus without proper safeguard. It was caused by vapours which destroyed the bones in the jaw. Us match girls worked with this phosphorus. They used it because it meant that the matches could be struck anywhere. Phossy would usually start with a painful toothache, and then your gums would swell. It would move to the jaw, and then, well, the bones would glow. Gradually, we all started to glow. How are you feeling?
Better. Out of that warm room.
I don't feel incredibly great myself.
That'll be the phosphorus fumes coming up to the balcony.
We best get back in before they find us gone.
Yeah, I guess we better. Bet working in this hellhole is different to your circus.
Definitely different.
I've never been to a circus. I've seen them camping out in the common, but I never had the chance to go. Did you have clowns and all that?
Oh yeah. Clowns, elephants, trapeze artists. I missed bits of that life, but not all.
Come on, let's go in. They find out I've been hurling me guts up out here.
Jenny, my love, I'm here. Carry on with your story.
I've never thought about kissing a girl.
She never charged you, did she?
Jenny.
You, girl. Mrs. O'Neill. Oh, it's you.
Sir?
Your work has been below the grade.
But Miss Elizabeth, I've not been feeling the best, and you've upped the output. I'm trying to work quicker. No wonder me stocks are not as good.
Yeah, I've not upped the demand. Your employer has. Stop answering back.
You will respect your elders, girl.
To the dippers with you.
No, please, I can't.
What is it with you girls? Everyone takes the effects of this apparent Phossy jaw eventually. Why'd you make going downstairs sound like such a big deal?
Apparent?
Jen, don't.
Are you serious? People are sick. They can't work.
That is no concern of mine.
It's your workforce you're killing. How is it no concern of...
Who gave you permission to talk?
Mrs. O'Neill?
Office, sir?
No. Dippers. Now. You, girl.
She's Scarity, sir.
Why did you step out of the production line?
Because...
Oh, it's always you, isn't it?
Troublemaker.
Definitely.
You're out, girl. To the streets with you.
Excuse me, sir. Begging your pardon, but shouldn't you be hiring more girls, not getting rid of them? You said yourself, sir, with all respect, you want to up the amount of boxes being filled. She's useful hands, really. Just move her downstairs. Don't get rid of her, sir. I'll happily take her place stick cutting if you need me to, sir. Bloody typical. Try and do a nice thing.
Yeah, I know.
How's your hand, Jen? It cans you pretty hard.
Can we not talk about it, please?
Sorry.
Shh. Seriously, girls. You're all in enough trouble as it is.
It's been promoted.
See, that's good. Not everything's going to shit, at least.
If you're not too tired, do you girls want to come to mine after work? I'm over in Poplar. We have 2 bottles of gin.
Oh, 2 whole bottles.
I'd love to, Molly.
What about a bed, though, Green? If we don't go straight to Jim's.
I have a spare dumped in the corner of mine, over Market Square. You 2 can kip there.
That's very nice of you, Susan, but will there be clients?
Do you want a bed or not?
We'll take the bed. Thank you, Susan.
And don't think I'll be keeping it down because you 2 are there. They pay better ones.
And then, of course, I had to hide it.
Well, how did I know? I'd gone to Belfast to try and get that job.
Mainly my fault. I suspected long before he left.
She were about 6 months before I found out.
I bet that was fun to try and hide. Especially on such a small girl like you.
We had a young girl in the circus.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little bit smaller than Molly. She was so swollen towards the end, she resembled an egg. Turns out it was twins.
Yeah, towards the end, Molly wasn't much better.
Oh, you have no idea. It does go to show that. Jen, learn from my mistakes. Never roll with a man before you're married.
Unless you want a career as a tart.
Unless you're Susan, basically. How did you even get into that? Who turns to themselves and goes, yeah, I'll whore myself out?
People desperate for money.
But here, haven't you ever been scared of falling for a client?
We don't all wear our hearts on our sleeves like you 2 lovebirds. I fell in love years ago. But nah, not for me. I'll be single for life.
Here, I give you girls a fun fact. My name, it's not even Harold. It's Cahill.
So, why did you change it?
Really? Hey, Green. Jen, say Cahill. See, these English? They're idiots sometimes.
Ah, drink to that.
You're the one who suggested we move to England.
And do I regret it? Not in the slightest. We have our own room, we all have jobs, Charlie's grown into a young man, and then of course what we've got...
Not yet, Harold. Please.
Sorry, I'm just excited.
I would like to see Ireland at some point.
When you're older, lad. When you're older.
So what's this promotion?
Floor manager.
He's basically Miss Elizabeth, but for the docks.
Oh, check you out. Going up in the world.
I'm hoping you're a little nicer than Miss Elizabeth.
Here, he will be.
Of course. Right, who needs a top up?
Me!
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Hey, how about a sing-song?
Yeah.
Bank of the Roses?
Of course.
Right, join in if you know it. I'm nothing against you too, Greenie Hollis.
You cheeky sod.
On the banks of the roses, my love and I sat down.
And I took out my fiddle to play my love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed and she said, "Oh, Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you leave me?" When I was a young man, I heard my father say, "He'd rather see me dead than buried in the clay. Sooner than be married to any runaway by the lovely sweet banks of the roses." You've been quiet, Jen.
She's not much of a talker.
That's not what Molly says.
Thank you for sticking up for me today and taking another beating.
Gonna be sick.
I'll see to her.
First time on the gin, I'll bet.
Are you alright?
I'll be fine. Sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for.
Your cheeks glowing.
Yeah.
My nails are glowing.
Welcome to the joys of the dipping room.
Alice, your jaw, does it hurt?
All the time. And that glowing you see on my face, it's bone, Jen.
Bone?
The skin, it rots.
I don't understand how you can be so calm about that.
I'm anything but calm. I just know there's nothing I can do.
I've heard him talking. You can go to the hospital. Get it fixed.
By having my jaw sawed off? No, thank you. Jen, you're looking very pale. Here, lean on the wall. I'm here. You're all right. Too much gin?
Probably.
Wonder if Molly will use that excuse for morning sickness. Oh, she's got another kid on the way, all right. Not that she's willing to tell anyone. Jen, you're not...
When would I have had the time to do that, Alice? I'm with you. Nah. Just the booze.
Fresh air helping?
London air's anything but fresh, but I feel a bit better. Yeah.
Let's get back inside. Out of this rain.
No, we're gonna be sick again.
Hey, it's okay. I'll just stand here rubbing your back like a big sister.
What would I do without you, eh?
Just face the wall, Jen. I don't fancy that stuff flying on my face.
You're disgusting.
Says Jen to the match girl whose jawbone is currently glowing in the moonlight.
And this is hot chocolate.
Yes, Mum. Yes.
I must admit, some ape food confuses me.
Ape food, Mum.
As I have said before, we were here first, Jenny. This world was ours.
Are you just saying you like the hot chocolate just in a really complicated way, Mum?
Yes, Jenny. That is very much the case. No need to call me Mom now. We are not with guests.
But I'm your maid, Mum. And I have to know my place.
Know your place. Jenny, I've said before, I have no need for servants. It is purely for show.
But what am I if I'm not your maid, Mum?
A friend. Come, sit with me. Would you like some hot chocolate? I'll take that little twinkle in your eye as a yes.
Thank you, Mum. Vastra. And I didn't have a twinkle.
Ah, but you did. Right there in your green eyes. Brown eyes. They change colour depending on the light.
You noticed that, have you?
It's very fetching for an ape.
Thank you. I think.
Ah, look. The moon is breaking through the smog. How very pretty. At some point, I must take you to Bournemouth, Jenny. The sky is clear there. The moon is always beautiful.
I'd like that, Mum. I'd like that very much. That night, myself and Alice laid in the spare bed of Susan's, trying to ignore her moanings and groanings, the bed wobbling. If it had been dry, I think we would have just braved the streets. But as it was tipping it down, we tried our best to ignore it. After a loud moan, he pulled back on his trousers and left. Susan rolled over and rested her head for the night, snoring to her heart's content. Alice turned to me, her bony cheek glowing green in the darkness. She rested her head on my shoulder and cried.
I don't like it, Jen. It hurts, and I can feel it eating away. Out of all the bleeding places to work, why did I have to end up in Bow?
You got me now, Alice. I'll help you through this. I'm like your sister, remember?
Just hold me, Jen, please.
Need a good cry.
I haven't had one. If I cried in the factory, I'd probably get into trouble.
Well, it's just you and me now. She ain't gonna hear.
This is nice.
Yeah. Let me hold you. Shh. It's alright. It's alright. Shh. On the banks of the roses, my love and I sat down, and I took out the fiddle to play my love a tune. In the middle of the tune, oh, she sighed, and she said, "Oh, Johnny, lovely Johnny, would you leave me?" Mum, where are you? I can't see you.
I'm here, my love. I'm not going anywhere.
You've been listening to Before Vastra 2. Jenny Flint was voiced by Abi Louise, Alice Bennett, Jo Eddings, Susan McMartin, Lauren Lee Hirst, Molly O'Neill, Chelsea Lagan, Harold, Brandon McCaffrey, Charlie, Brandon Lagan, Mr. B, Matthew Barrett, Miss Elizabeth, Grace Beard. This was directed by Brandon McCaffrey, written by Abi Louise, and with music by James York.
On what was too much while Jenny's going, I don't want you to stop, but please stop.
Oh, stop.
I
Not
like it,
saying
but
no.
shut up.
I like it. I want to see what that long tongue do, but like, let's calm it down.
Here I say, matron.
Matron.
We're actually doing Carry On Sailorians. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
I'd watch the shit of
I'd listen to
Carry
that.
On Sailorians.
Throw Strax in there for good measure.
You seem a very muscly man, Mr. Strax. Yes, I was clone batched for it. Yes.
Oh, I do say.
I feel those arms could do quite
He's
a lot of
very
heavy lifting.
strong, isn't he,
I do
Mum?
lift quite a lot of heavy things. Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Oh my god, sorry.
Randy
you know that would
potato.
just be it. That's exactly how he'd react.
You know
I
I'm
need a
keeping this,
flirting
right?
I need a flirting Strax scene. That's
You know
it.
I'm keeping this.
That's a thing. We're making a comedy.
Meanwhile,
The Randy potato.
Hello, and welcome to Behind the Duvet. I'm Abi Louise, and I play Jenny.
I am Lauren Lee Hirst, and I play Susan.
Anyone?
There's other
Chelsea.
members of the cast here too.
Chelsea, your name
Oh.
and who you're playing.
All right. No, I wanted you to go first, but fair enough. I'm Chelsea Lagan, and I play Molly.
I'm Braden, as we're all prepared to hear my voice many a time in these blue things. I play Harold this time, and I'm the director, as usual.
Oh, I'm the writer as usual, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Welcome back to another Behind the Dovet.
Yes. So BV2.
BV2.
BV2. We've had the intro episode now, so now we're starting to find out more about these lovely matchstick girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really throwing ourselves into the characters now, aren't we?
It's strange because unlike most things when people are writing things, they sort of make it up as they go along. But for us, Abby sort of set out quite I guess a heavy timeline of where things are happening and what's going on. So she knows what's happening years in advance before we're even aware yet. So it's nice to have these characters and go, I know something bad's going to happen or good's going to happen to them soon, so I need to make this bit better
this.
This
is this thing, because every single one of the characters has had a story prior to this that I told you all anyway. You know, and it's touched briefly in the drunken scene towards the end when Harold's like, oh yeah, she had to hide her pregnancy. It's just nice because I know especially Molly and Harold's beginning and end. You know, it's quite depressing.
I think it's a little bit depressing.
It's Victorian. It's allowed to be depressing.
It's true.
Well, it's funny you say that, Lauren, about being Victorian. I think this is the fun thing because obviously this is our, I guess, technically fifth.
Yeah.
I guess, fifth if we count part 1 and part 2 of thingy of werewolves. So we've gone from doing Doctor Who and it being quite heavily sci-fi, and I think that when we do BV, even though it's still set in the Whoniverse as such, it's very heavily historical.
Oh yeah, this is 100% a historical drama.
Well, this is the
it's
thing.
more real too.
Yeah, but this is the thing.
Yeah,
Chelsea doesn't know this,
is
but
Victorian
literally,
EastEnders.
Last weekend we were recording werewolves in Liverpool with 8 and Charlie. So it's literally. But no, I said this in the last one. I love it basically, like you said, being like EastEnders, but for Victorian London.
It absolutely has that feel. I think anyone that listens to this or has listened to it, I'd like to think you've all listened to it by now.
Well, Mr. B and Mr. B and Miss Elizabeth, their scenes, which obviously people would have heard, they're incredible. They're like Phil and.
They basically want us out of their pub, don't they?
Sure.
Yeah, they totally want us out of their pub. That's it.
Oh my goodness! Right, can we please talk about Mr. B and Elizabeth? Because recording this, I love our two actors to pieces. Oh, it's so slimy. I love them so much. But as a director, when you're sat there going like, oh, that was so good, but wow, was I really creeped out by both of you?
Yeah, if you're disturbed by them, it's a great vibe. That's what it should be.
Yeah, those characters aren't particularly nice, and they get worse. Just a warning.
That's the thing, and it makes you feel uncomfortable, and it did. Even listening to them do it today, it made me feel uncomfortable, really uncomfortable.
I was just like,
it's like, thanks, guys. That doesn't make me feel slimy at all.
Well, another point then we also should look at is Abby, is there anything you can give us towards this hint of relationship you seem to have hinted at on the beach scene between Miss Susan and Miss Jenny?
Well, not. I think Susan is very
randy.
Yeah, she's intuitive. Is that the word?
Intuitive.
She's curious about everything.
Yeah, 100%.
And
that's very much how I play her.
Yeah, she secretly likes the fact that Jenny flirts with her, but then she's like, "Oh no, that's not the done thing."
She doesn't know how to process that emotion, but she's like, "Oh hey, there's a woman flirting with me. This is different. I don't usually get this. I like it."
But it's nice because it's not rammed down your throat. You know?
No, it's very much a subtle throwaway.
Actually. I think a lot of this, I'm sure there will be quite a few moments later, and we're going to get some heavy padding, I guess, into the lesbian world.
Who knows?
But anyone listening to this knows the characters that we're dealing with, such as Jenny, obviously, and they know what she goes on to be and who she will marry. So I think it's interesting for people out there listening to this and going, oh, this isn't just like you just creating this girl and being like, yeah, she's big time lesbian. Look at all these lesbianisms. It's showing her growing into her sexuality at the same time.
This is the thing as well. An ongoing theme with Jenny is the fact that she can never be herself. Because when she is with Vastra, even then she has to pretend to be this maid and everything. And obviously, being gay in the Victorian era was a very bad thing in the eyes of some people, which is another reason why Jenny tries to hide it. But I think because she's getting more comfortable with the people around her, she's a little bit like, oh no, they kind of get me, and if I do say anything, they'll just be like, oh, okay, that's Jenny.
Yeah, she's finding her community.
Yeah, they understand.
She's creating her own circus of people.
Oh,
just like us.
No, but this is the thing. I wanted, because for Jenny to end up where she does at Good Man Goes to War, she had a normal life prior to this, and that's the one thing that's good about. I enjoy this is the fact that it is real life. There's no monsters, and it's not like fancy sci-fi stuff, and it's literally. I mean, we just had a scene where we all sat in a room drunk,
which is very much like real life.
Like we've not all done that before.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Drunking, having a sing-song, that's nothing like us. What?
Oh, never.
But again, that scene felt so natural because it is just a real life situation that we'd all been in, even if we hadn't been in it together, which obviously we have. But it just felt so natural, and that's what I love about Abi's writing. It doesn't feel like it's a written audio. It could be something that you could just read in a history book,
But even like there's that interaction between Mr. B and Molly, and we'll find out more about that later on. But it's just little things where he's like, "Oh, and it's just Chelsea stood there covered in slime, like.
Beautiful.
The history-wise as well for this, because I like to come to the end and be like, right, so this is the stuff that's.
And it only took us 4, but we finally got to do a musical episode.
And that.
Yeah.
We did.
We do love the sing song.
Do love
I love it. I love the song, and the song's so much fun. It's so Irish.
It really is.
You can't help
really
but you cannot as I mean, I was obviously trying to be Cockney, but I could not help putting like an Irish lilt into it because the song just you have to. You can't sing it English. You just can't.
It's stuck in our heads now.
Yes, it's going to be in our heads for weeks.
100%.
It'll be in our heads by BV6.
We've got to keep bringing it back.
Yes.
But
have them singing it and just occasionally humming it as they're walking down a street.
Historical wise, there's a bit that you lot wouldn't have heard because the Jenny voiceover stuff I do separately. So they wouldn't have heard this bit. But when Jenny leaves the factory after doing her quota, she can't get a bed, so she ends up on a sit-up. And that is basically a room full of benches that you're not allowed to sleep. You are literally just paying for the roof over your head. And if you fall asleep, you get thrown out. Yeah, so that's the scene before the beach scene when she falls asleep on the beach because she spent the night awake, sat on a bench, and whenever she did fall asleep, somebody would like poke her with a long stick.
But that's what I mean. Your attention to detail in just like in the historical side of things, like that is just perfect. Honestly,
I know where everybody lives as well. This is the bad thing.
No, it's not though, because it means you've created well-rounded characters.
Molly lives in Poplar, and Susan lives in the apartment blocks where the last Jack the Ripper got ripped.
Oh, I do, don't I?
Yeah, for anyone that didn't.
Just realising that about my character.
Yeah, but you would have moved. I can't say that. But yeah, that's where Susan lives. So that shows you the sort of environment that Susan is in.
It really does. I love Susan. I love playing her. She's so much fun. And knowing the stuff that I obviously am not going to say anything, but knowing the character that you've laid out for her and her progression is just incredible. I cannot wait to get my hands into more of it. Like even just, I feel like we've teased bits with like Molly and with Susan, with Alice, but there's so much more coming. and I just can't wait to share it with everyone.
All the characters do go somewhere.
And on that
I
note,
enjoy them all.
thanks
I
for
really
joining
do.
us. Well, I
Yeah.
hope you've all enjoyed your time on BV2, and everyone will return to hear us for BV3.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully. If you don't come back,
You're missing out. You're missing out. If you don't come back,
back for
you're
three.
going to miss out. Come back for 3.
You're missing it.
It's worth it.
Worth it.
That's goodbye from me,
Bye.
Brandon,
Thank you.
Abby, Chelsea, and Lauren. Bye.